So just sit back and relax, because the show's about to start. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey, this is Kcaa AM 1050 and 106.5 FM, and you're listening to Down to Earth Talk Radio with your host, Mr. Inland Empire, with Let's Talk Community. Brought to you by Local Homes for You, the best homes in the Inland Empire. Call or text 562-234-9057 for information on all their homes. You can also find them on Facebook at Local Homes, the number 4, the letter U, all with one word. We also want to give a shout out to My NY Pizza out in the city of Fontana. You can find them at 15034 Foothill Boulevard, 92335, and they have the best pizza, wings, and sandwiches for all of your needs. So if you want to find them, you can. The best way to find them is find the DMV, and they're right on the corner, right next to the DMV there on the corner of Foothill and the street the DMV's on. And then we also want to give a shout out to Inland Empire Explorer, the best place to find all there is to do and see right here in the IE. You can find them also online at www.inlandempireexplorer.com. You can also find them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Inland Empire Explorer. And we can't forget about IE Shine On, your fun time guide. Find all of their blogs and event guides there on www.ieshineon.com. All right, so today I am... we were supposed to have an officer from the Inland Empire come out, but we had some scheduling conflicts, so we did a little bit of a different thing today. We're going to be giving you an opportunity to highlight your event, highlight your nonprofit. So many times when we're reaching out to nonprofits to try and give them exposure, they don't have the budget for it, which we completely understand. You know, on our end, there's always, something that we have to meet, some obligation we have to meet. But that doesn't mean that there can't be an opportunity to give credit when credit's due. And I thought this would be a great opportunity. I felt like this was a moment where, God gave us freedom to not have the guest this week. We will have this Inland Empire officer on later on in another show, but just give us an opportunity to kind of highlight some stuff. So we're going to highlight nonprofit stuff. We're going to highlight for-profit things, but just kind of give you a glimpse of everything that there is to do here in the IE, because that's why we created the Let's Talk community name for the show that Danny and Sherry from ATAP after school programs, they were so nice to give us a chance to reach out to you folks on the radio. We thought, you know what, there's every once in a while we got to do some giving back. Even though I do a lot of giving back, you can't ever give back too much. So someone says you're giving too much, you're doing the right thing, because it should look like you're giving too much. So some of the things that came across our desk this week, one of the things that's kind of cool, we got a chance to give away a 4-pack of family tickets to something called All Aboard for the Bunny Train. And what this is out at the Orange Empire Railway Museum, they have the Easter Bunny on a train. They take the train out, and the kids get to hang out with the Easter Bunny and do Easter Bunny type activities, and it's a good time. This is out at the Orange Empire Railway Museum at 2201 South A Street in Paris. And if you want tickets, they did it today, and they're doing it again tomorrow, and it is www.oerm.org. So just if you're looking for something cool to do for Easter and you want to get started early, this is something tomorrow should be the set. And then my family and I, we got a chance to check out something really cool in the Inland Empire. We found in Redlands, we found something called Mod Pizza. And there's a lot of these, pick your topping, make your pizza in front of you kind of places. But for some reason, Mod just really stood out to me and my family, and a lot of our people in our media and our followers. We posted a couple, short little videos of them, making our order, and thought the impressions blew up. People were, flocking to it. So we got a chance to. Mod Pizza has a location in Redlands over in the Mountain View Plaza, but they also just opened a brand new store. They had the grand opening today in Fontana, over on Sierra Lakes Parkway in front of the LA Fitness. Gotta get up there and check it out. People are super cool. I got a chance to meet Daniel, the district manager for Mod. All the employees really cool, really helpful. Food tastes awesome. Super reasonable prices. I mean, no matter where you eat today, even if you go to In-N-Out, for a family of four, you're still paying $20. So add $17 and you get cool pizza, neat atmosphere, and some fun stuff. And if you guys are watching online, you can see they got the little Mod stickers on my hat. My girls decorated me up, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm like, yeah, I'll leave them on. So that is a cool thing, and that is the address. There is 16391 Sierra Lakes Parkway in Fontana. It's just up there above the 210 in between Citrus and Sierra. You can't miss it. If you can find the LA Fitness, you can find the Mod Pizza. So pretty cool place. Also, got to give a shout out to Tammy, Navari, and the rest of the gang over there at the Black Chamber of Commerce. They're having their business mixer coming up on Monday, and they are having it at Zendeja's restaurant at 2440 South Vineyard, Ontario, and the zip is 91762. And you got to get up there, check it out. They said the little thing that they sent me on this was, business and community people, you're invited to the Black Chamber of Commerce, IE. And from 6 to 8:30, they're going to have food. They have special guest Robert Laura, small business specialist from U.S. Bank. Come out and network with business owners and company executives. There will be a cost for admission, $10. Vendors are $15. If you're not a member, it's $25. But it's worth it. Great chamber, super energetic, super exciting, great people. So get out there. If you're not doing anything Monday, if you're a business owner and you are doing something, better make sure it's important, because if you are a business owner, you're not networking, you're going to start to run into a lot of problems. So then we also, our good friend Carla over at the Hispanic Chamber, she actually has a radio show here in this very seat where I am sitting. I think she sits on the other side of the table. I like this left side for some reason. But she actually has her own radio show on the Danny Alcaraz block on Sundays. From 5 to 6, you can hear Inside Politics. And she's going to have on Margaret Hill from the San Bernardino City school board, from the school district on the board there. And she's going to have her on to talk. And she's had some of the board members on last week she had on Abigail Medina. This week, a couple weeks before, she had on I think Mike Gallo and the superintendent of county schools. His name is Mr. Alandre. He had those. Really good show. Great. Her and her co-host really do a good job of covering politics and asking the right questions, and they do a good job. So you guys gotta check out Carla and her Inside Politics, and that whole, Danny Alcaraz block it's just awesome. So you gotta check that out. It's good stuff. And remember, if you guys want to get your stuff covered and you're listening, give us a call at 1-888-909-1050. I'll put you on. We'll get you up there. And remember, we just have some ground rules. Got to be clean. I don't want no marijuana fest, no raves. Everything's got to be clean and copacetic. Let's keep it good. And then can't forget with all ATAP Homes programs, they're having a join Manpower and ATAP Family Services for a day of success. So they're having a day of success career fair, business, and education expo. Don't miss out on attending a day of Opportunity for Success. Manpower Employment Agency and ATAP Family Services are working together to bring amazing opportunities of employment, education, and health and wellness services to the community. It's going to be on Saturday, March 26th, so it's in a couple weeks, from 12 to 2. And it's going to be at the Mill Creek Apartments at 2020 Guthrie Street in San Bernardino, 92404. And you want to bring updated resumes, valid ID, and prepare to interview for jobs on the same day. If you have any information, contact them at 909-475-7708, or you can email them at atap.programs@gmail.com. Good stuff, good stuff. And then our good friend Serena Saints out there doing good things with the youth. She actually has an opportunity for you guys to get involved with the upcoming races. So the NASCAR races that are coming to Fontana a week from tomorrow. She has an opportunity for you to be there for free. And what you have to do is you have to volunteer to be an usher, because her program is sponsoring some services. And I remember my father-in-law's ROP kids used to do this. They used to go up there and donate time, and he'd be at the races. And he said it was a long day, but it was fun. So if you want to help out the Academy of the Minds nonprofit organization and volunteer, you have to be 18 years or older to volunteer. I'm actually, as I am sharing that with you, I am sharing it on the Let's Talk community page. So if you want more details on that, go to Let's Talk community page and check that out, and it should be right there at the top underneath. I think we pinned our last show with the beautiful Hispanic young lady we had last week. So you also want to check out Serena Saints has some really cool Young Men's Conference and Women's Health. So she has some cool stuff. I'll share both of those on our Let's Talk community page, doing that as I speak, so I will not forget. So you have all that information for Serena Saints, and she's a powerful lady doing good stuff. She's brought some of this neat stuff to the city of Rialto, which I love. So keep doing good things. We love it when people bring positive stuff to the Inland Empire, especially from the to the city of Rialto, where I am born and bred. All right. Sorry, guys, I had to take a drink. Carrying all the talking today. This is quite a chore. I thought I liked hearing the sound of my own voice, but so we got a chance to do a couple other cool things. We got a chance to attend on Thursday. We got a chance to attend the kickoff party for the re-election of Councilman Sean McCall to council in the city of Rialto. He was really tossing back and forth whether he should run again. He decided that he was going to finally, and so we had a cool little get together over at Eddie P's on Riverside Avenue in downtown Rialto. Awesome place. If you ladies have not been to Eddie P's, you are truly missing out. And husbands, keep the women out of there because they'll spend a lot of money. Not that stuff's expensive, but there's tons of really cool stuff. So look forward to she has a really cool little meeting room in the back that I think we're going to be utilizing now that I know about it. I didn't even know about this place. So gotta check out ADPs. But we were down there in that very meeting room that I was referring to, and we were having a good old time. Celebrating that a honest elected official was actually going to push 4 more years of helping the people onto himself. So it was a struggle for him because it's not always, when you're doing it for the right reasons, it's not always fun. When you're a council member, you hear and know things that you can't share. And I've spoken to Russell Silva about this. He ran for a school board in Cedar Rialto a couple years ago, I think. And we've both talked about, people always think we're going to run, you're running for something. No. And he actually said it. I was like, hey, are you running again? He's like, no. He's like, I think I'm more powerful. Like, I have more opportunity to be influential out here rather than knowing stuff from closed session or knowing things that aren't allowed to be shared with the public, and it would eat you up inside. So we both agreed that it's not always the best thing to be on the inside. You got to have honest people on the outside that are willing to fight for the people, and you have to have people on the inside that can be as influential as possible. And it's not just with your elected officials. You need to, be mindful what people your elected officials are hiring. I mean, one of the scariest things for the city of San Bernardino is their new city manager. He had a pretty turbulent exit at his last city where he was demanding things, and because they wouldn't give it to him, he quit. And he wasn't demanding, like every baby should have a bottle kind of stuff. He was demanding more money. He was demanding a raise, and he didn't get his way, and so he left. And now he's here in San Bernardino, so hopefully that doesn't hurt this poor city any more than it already any more than it already is hurting from, past bad decisions and leaders that have nothing but their own best interests in mind. So it's not just, you can't just change things by one elected official. You can't change things by one gadfly out there fighting, for the community from the podium. You can't just change it with, good staff. It's got to be a combination of staff members that are dedicated and willing to work. It's got to be elected officials that are dedicated to having the community's best interest. And you got to have people on the outside that are willing to fight the good fight and not let the politicians, push the community around. So there's a reason why we have balance of powers, why we have the judicial, we have the executive, and we have elected. There's a reason why there's, threes of things, because one thing alone can't fight, the majority. And what's kind of cool is if you have, normally when you have a balance of at least good elected officials and community members willing to hold to the fire, you can overcome employees, because employees can be fired. So get off my soapbox. Yesterday we had an opportunity to go out to the campaign headquarters kickoff of Paul Chabot running for Congress in the 31st Congressional District. I am tripping over my tongue today. And we got a chance to go out there and have pizza and root beer floats and just all kind of come together and listen to, very short speech from Paul Chabot. It was very nice to know that we have someone running for elected office that doesn't have to talk and talk and talk. Sometimes you just hear people talking. You're like, okay, you're just talking you're like filling in words. This is no longer relevant, and it's going about their day. So it's kind of nice to know that we have someone who's, asking to be our leader that has that in their mind. And then also it's nice to have an elected official that has our safety in mind. One of the big things with Paul Chabot is he's here for our military. He is in the military, and he's here to make sure that militarily that America is stronger, that we're able to protect ourselves, and he's also here for our veterans. Veterans Hospital here in Loma Linda is a pretty, veterans hospitals are categorically not the best things, not the best places for our vets. But here in Loma Linda, it seems to have a lot of problems. And even, people in my family who've gone there, and, friends that are veterans have gone there, had a lot of problems. And he's promised to go in there and start fixing things and get some accountability going. So it's one of the things we haven't heard from Congressman Aguilar is we haven't seen a plan of how he's going to deal with the demilitarization of our military. We're back to World War II standards, which is it's a long time ago, and we have VA system is still a mess. I know he's only been in there for a couple of years, but I mean, we don't even see a plan of attack. We just see him taking pictures with a bunch of people, and it's getting a little old. And another thing, one of the biggest problems, like me and my wife both have worked in education. She's still an educator. I've left the field to move on to other things, but whatchamacallit, we have kids who live 20 minutes from the snow. Oh, we have a caller. Go ahead, Joe. Hey, caller, how you doing? You're on live with Mr. Inland
Wendell
Empire.
from Colton.
Who's this?
Wendell from Colton.
How you doing, Wendell?
I'm doing okay. I have a question. You brought up Paul Chabot.
Okay.
Now, it's kind of contradictory because Lanny Swerdlow was on KCAA. He did a medical marijuana, compassion, and common sense.
Uh-huh.
And Paul Chabot had him arrested. Now, I'm not really sure if Paul Chabot's the right answer.
So Paul Chabot had him arrested?
Yes, going to one of his rallies that he had.
Oh. Well, I don't think...
And he was on KCAA.
Who, Paul Chabot?
So Lanny Swerdlow had a show for about 10 years, and he did a medical marijuana show. So I'm not sure if Paul Chabot's the right guy.
Well, that's what's awesome about America, isn't it? We can both have our opinions, and everyone gets a chance to check that mark on the ballot and make the best decision. One of the things, especially on the medical marijuana issue, is we've seen a lot of children getting access to marijuana, especially with the decriminalization of marijuana, and then the stronger access. We've actually had, gang officers in the city of Rialto and other cities telling us that now marijuana is the number one drug of choice of our young people. So it's really scary that we're going to play it so loose and so fast with a drug that is not good for our kids. So
and you also were talking about keeping things quiet behind the scenes. As far as like city council members, and that you can't talk. I mean, I understand that, but I think that that's an issue that needs to be brought up because I think people hide the truth.
Yeah, you are not going to hear me disagree. There's issues. There's tons of issues where they and city council members will use the Brown Act and they will use closed session to their own, whatever their own given agenda is at any given moment. They'll say, I can't talk about this because of that, or they'll, in the case with City of San Bernardino, when they let their, city manager go, someone violated the Brown Act to Ryan Hagan. So yeah, they play it loose and fast with what they want to share and what they don't want to share. That's why, I made it clear that, people, out there asking the hard questions and being able to hold their feet to the fire, and then making sure that the appropriate staff members are hired so that the people who are, submitting those staff reports to elected officials, that they're giving them actually something that's good for the community, not just rubber stamping some idea.
And do you know that KCA was started by Moreno Valley Mayor Bonnie Flickinger? She was part of the starting of KCA.
Yeah, I'm new to this station, bro. I don't. That's history that I'm not aware of.
There's a lot of politics that a lot of people that have been through it, like in the Inland Empire, that are ran for office, and it's a pretty cool station. I like it.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here, and thank you so much for calling in. All right, have a good day.
Take care.
So I got myself a little history lesson there because I you know what, I love the station. I love the opportunity it gives to many people, people like me, Carla. It gave Robert Porter for a while a platform. It's a good station. It gives lots of opportunity and gives a lot of people a chance to be heard, and I'm blessed. So thank you, caller, for calling in and giving your 2 cents. I'm not a Lenny Snerdlow or however you say his name fan. I'm acting executive director for Inland Valley Drug Free, which is one of Paul Chabot's organizations. And even before I worked as an executive director, I was adamant against drugs and bringing marijuana up. Everyone points to Colorado when it comes to the money. They're looking at the money. And nobody's really looking at what the cost is to our kids. And we've got to look at that when we're voting, because it looks like we're going to be voting on some recreational stuff this this November, we need to really look at the cost to the kids, because Colorado is having a lot of problems with their kids getting a lot of access to the marijuana, and we got to make sure that we're counting the cost when we go to the ballot. And, is it okay for consenting adults? Sure, but consenting adults aren't the only people getting access to stuff, so got to be mindful of what the costs are. So we had a good time with out at Paul Chabot's thing. It was really cool to get a chance to meet some people. Carol Tim from City of Upland, she came out. Senator Dutton, he came out, and it was a lot of kids, a lot of families, a lot of fun. I had my kids out there, and they were all being silly, all on a sugar high from Root Beer Floats, but it was all good. So my 2 cents is I'm supporting Paul Chabot. So, and Councilwoman Tim, speaking of, she actually just shared something to our page that I wanted to share with you guys in the last few minutes that we have here on the show. It's called Vintage Home Tour Coming to Upland. Upland Heritage will once again host our immensely popular Vintage Home Tour. This year's extravaganza will be held on Sunday, April 3rd, 2016 from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tickets are $20 before April 3rd and $25 on the day of the tour. It will include 5 vintage homes with costume docents. The proceeds go to the historic grants given to homeowners in Upland for restoration projects. Upland Heritage has been in existence since 1989. So if you want more information on this, and it actually has addresses of the homes that you will be going to, and has information on where you can purchase tickets, go to Let's Talk Community, and we will have it there for you. Or you can just, if you're friends with Miss Tim, pretty sure it's on her page as well, so you can go to her page. But it looks like something fun to do. So we just want to thank you guys. We're actually going to be on. We're going to be out at the races on Sunday. We actually have press passes to be part of the social media experience there at the Fontana Speedway, at the Auto Club Speedway for the NASCAR event. So we're going to be out there. So if you like that kind of stuff, or you just want to know what we're seeing and what we're doing, go ahead and follow us on all of our social media. We'll be posting a lot of stuff out on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts. And hook up with us. Let's have some fun. So I just want to again thank our sponsors, Local Homes for You, My NY Pizza, IE Shine On, and Inland Empire Explorer for just giving us opportunity to work in the community. And don't forget to check out Mr. Inland Empire on Facebook. That's MR Inland Empire. And you will find out everything that I know about the Inland Empire. And if maybe something I don't know, why don't you share it with me? Why don't you go to my page and share what you're doing, so that we can know what you're doing. So we want to thank everybody for listening today. We want to thank our callers and everybody that was watching us online, and everybody who's going to watch the replay, because our podcast is super popular. And if you're not aware of it, go to the Let's Talk community page. We share every single video podcast that we play right there on the show. We also want to remind you that now on Sundays and Thursdays, you can go to O'Donovan's in Pomona and check out Little Saint doing karaoke live at the O'Donovan's Bar in Pomona. You want to check it out? Go to Little Saints Productions on Facebook. All right, guys, there's the music. Have a good one. Peace.
You're listening to KCAA, Loma Linda, California. The best station in the nation.
Your NBC Sports Radio update starts now.
I'm Seth Everett. It was madness at Madison Square Garden, the final of the Big East Conference Tournament. Seton Hall against Villanova.
Clock will start. Ochefu on the rebound. Ahead to Archie Diacono. He slips. Shot up. No good. And for the first time since 1990, three.